All right. We will continue, and I think after I ate, I know what's wrong with the 16-inch. So let me check chat, see if people are in here. Yep, we are back. Okay, so this 16-inch board from earlier. Remember how I was power cycling? Doing weird stuff? Well, that's exactly how a machine would work if it's not seeing the battery on these new T2 machines. So I went around and looked at the battery, and what do I see? I see junk right there. Looks like it was previously corroded. It doesn't look right. So, what I'm going to do is unplug this cable and replace it. See what happens. This doesn't look too terrible, but it doesn't look the best either. And I could see that this was corroded at one time, and it probably was cleaned. And actually, this looks terrible, because one pin doesn't even look like it's connected. Yeah, that is not connected. So, that's probably why it wasn't working. So let's go ahead and replace this cable. And see if it works. Yes, food was very good. I'm full now. No, this should be 1080. I don't know why it's at 720. It's probably something weird with YouTube. Plug in. No notification. Somehow that doesn't surprise me. Okay, now we will see if this works properly. I think it will, because I know how picky these are when something is wrong. And we get a fan spin, and do we get image? No image. Come on, image. Image. I see backlight. And an Apple logo. Can you guys see that? This works. I fixed it. I fixed it. Kiki is here. How's it going? I fixed the board. Now we gotta finish fixing the board. Where's my screwdriver? Did somebody steal my screwdriver? Nope, it's right here. Hang on one second. Hey, Caleb, on that A1989 that you just ultrasonic, it's still drying, right? Yeah. Inspect all USB-C ports. Replace as necessary. I look like a bum. Look at this. You know what's funny is somebody actually emailed me the other day to call me a bum. I'm not even kidding. Somebody emailed me just to say, just for the pure option to say that I'm a bum. I thought that was pretty funny. All right. Homeless MacBook technician. I probably should look more professional, honestly. Especially on stream. Female viewership is at an all-time low. It's like non-existent. Like 0.0%. And I'm glad that I'm not going to have to put this piece of junk back together. Andy says you should wait for her. She is washing the dog. Sure. Tell her to jump on the stream. Forget washing the dog. Who cares about washing the dog? Alright, so we are going to run wires. I really hate doing this on capacitors because it screws up the ESR values, but if we have to do it, we have to do it. Offload piece of junk to Caleb. That is correct. We'll be offloading this piece of junk to Caleb to reassemble an ultrasonic when I'm done here. I'm going to go ahead and pull these guys too. This other one could stay. For whatever, this other, so if you think about this, oh shoot. You notice how these two are like decimated and this other one is not. Well, this one handles 1.5 volts and these two handle 3.3 volts. Want to inspect that it's, whoa, something just popped. It's good and connected, cool. Yeah, see, this is the same, that it's all screwed up. Now, let me tell you something. What I'm seeing is way different than what you guys are seeing. My eyepieces are these extreme wide field 20x lenses, and they're super, super nice and clear. So if it's blurry, I apologize. Let me try and fix it. There. I highly recommend, if anybody has the same scope, go buy the we have a Peter, we have a closet here that's for employees to cry in. It's a special designated crying closet for employees. Yes, USPS is very screwed up. I use UPS now. I used to use FedEx, but what happened with FedEx is somebody that I know that ships less was getting better rates than I would. They were getting like 50 to 60% off. and I contacted FedEx, and they would not give me anything better than 20% off. And then UPS is giving me 62% off. So I clearly went with UPS. And there's just generally, I noticed there's less issues with UPS over FedEx. Um, so I've been using them for around 2 months now. I'm saving saving a good chunk of money. And the service is better. I get most everything now is second day air. I send free second day air return shipping. And I pay less than what I was paying for FedEx 3-day and ground, so. Oh wait, that 1990 or that 1989, you didn't put it back together, right? Um, Here, I'll give this to you to do it. There's 2 really small jumpers that need UV. Bet you can't find them. Oh shoot. Via. I'll get that. Okay, we're back. Sorry. That's good enough. Let me go ahead and I guess I'll start on this side. Cam says I'm 54. I'm probably 54 mentally. I screwed this up badly. I need more solder here. Caleb will be on stream one of these days. I need to watch my back. He might try and do something mean. Alright, I just added a little bit of solder to the back of it. Oh. There. That's good enough. It's not that pretty, but it's good enough. It's all it's going to get. Why does that capacitor have no pad? Because the pad was corroded and fell off. Caleb was gone for 3 weeks with coronavirus vacation. He didn't really have coronavirus. He just lied and said he had coronavirus. So he didn't have to come in. That's all it was. Alright, this C3200 here, I don't care about. I'm not even going to put I'm not going to do anything with that. Just this one, because C3200 is just 3v3, and I would have to run a wire over a large portion of the board, and that's more risk than just leaving it. Looks like it's these two. Go to the second one. I think Caleb is trying to burn down the shop right now. I hear him screwing with the soldering iron. James is here. How have you been, James? I have not seen you in a long time. There, that's perfect. That will, so with ESR values, it'll be less screwed up if you have a nice area like this. A lot of, plenty of room for those electrons to flow. So we're going to leave that nice blob there, and we'll conformal coat when we're done. We're going to do the same thing over here. Polly is here. Again, I'm not going to care about the decoupling cap on 3v3 or G3 hot there. I'll just place it. If it wants to connect, it wants to connect. Otherwise, it's not important. The ones I care about, the LDO ones, because that'll put a lot of stress on the chip if it's not there. Well, it won't put a lot of stress, but it'll put more stress than the 3v3 one being missing. And those are both 10. 10. So let's go back over to my other one. And we could find this one. That one's going to be 10. That one's going to be 10. I already know it. Yep, 10 and 10. Cool. I don't really like all this heat around the CD3217s. Done. All right, open back up the other board view. And then we will give it away to reassemble and to make somebody miserable for a few minutes. So it's going to be these two resistors. Where's my wire? Oh, my wire fell on the floor. And it unraveled the whole way. Why? Okay, it's not that unraveled. So it's going to be the second and third resistors right here. I'm just going to check if it gets 20 volts, that's it, because we already know it works. Make sure this is in focus. Soldered there. I want to make a blob like I did on the other one. So that's kind of tacked down. The thing about a solder blob like that, that's okay, is you'll have one when you don't need one, and when you're trying to make one, it's never going to be there. There, that's decent. All right, so I'm going to put this back in the enclosure. Let's see if we get 20 volts. Let's inspect again, see if I missed anything. Everything looks good. Let's go from there. I hate doing this. This one, I gotta make sure it boots though. You know what, I have a better solution. Hey Caleb, I need help. Can you plug everything in on this? I don't want to do it.
You need help?
Yes.
You mean you want me to do my job?
Exactly.
Okay.
And then bring it back to me once everything's plugged in. And then if it works, you can ultrasonic. There. That problem is solved. And we'll see if this works. I'm going to check my email. Wait, SC Lime is the disconnected voice in the other room? Yes. Andy is here. About time. You chose to wash your dog over coming to my stream. Shame. I need to reply to tickets. My finger's okay. It's a little bit sore. I got, let's see, till Friday on antibiotics, so it's the middle finger. But it's not bad. It's still a little stiff and it hurts on extension a little bit, but it's not as bad as it was. All right, let me go see what's taking so long with Caleb with this 2141. What's taking so long?
What do you mean it's taking so long?
I didn't say put screws in it.
I know, I gotta screw the battery in.
Let me go see what's taking so long.
You freaking... Wait, this is the wrong screw. You have the screw, go. You take
I
it.
have the screw. Yeah, you're right.
Good.
Let's see if MacBook is cured. To those people that are wondering why I was talking about my finger, I had an infection in the joint space on my finger. That's not fun. It hurts very badly, so try not to get that. All right, port 1, we have 5 volts and 20 volts. And no fan spin yet. And we have fan spin. And we have chime. And we have Apple logo. Can you guys see this? Let me see. Fixed. 100% fixed. And now let's try the other one. The other port. 19 volts, 20 volts, and charging current. This is fixed. This is a fixed MacBook. You check the other two just to make sure. And now this board is not my problem anymore. It has to be taken back apart, ultrasonic, and then sent back. This port works. This port works. Everything is good. This is fixed. And with that, what? Why did that fan go high? Oh, I see why. The latch is off of it. Gotta put that latch back. Otherwise, we're fixed. Let me just show you. I guess I'll show you guys this because this is something really common that I've done and a lot of people do. So I'll show you how to do this. So the latch for the the little connector latches. Remember when I first started, I was like, oh, I broke it. No, it's very easy to put these back on. Span fin. This tweezer. Screw this tweezer. So all you gotta do, let's do this. Push it on there. That slides in. Wait, I put it on backwards. Okay, if you want to fix this, do not do what you see here. Because I put it on backwards. No. There. Just like that. And this is done. So with that being said, I have good fingernails. I just clipped my fingernails. Makes it harder. Okay, with that being said, I think I'm done. Actually, you know what? Let's grab another one. I'm on a roll. I have good luck right now.
That's bad luck.
What's wrong with this one?
Take.
There's nothing wrong with this. It's sticky. Was this worked on?
I think that one's no power. Yeah. Liquid spill.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Liquid spill.
All this needs is ultrasonic. Oh, it's near the PMIC. No, it's not. Whatever. Where's the screws for this? Here it is. Okay. We have an A1989. That doesn't work. Move my chat to this window. Okay, so an A1989, no power. Everything looks fine here. I don't see anything that looks noticeably bad. So what I want to do is actually see what this does. So I got to get an idea of what's going on with this and what it does. My guess is this is going to be something that... This was either ultrasonic. Wait, was it? No, it wasn't. I think this is an enclosure issue. Overusing middle finger on customers. That's funny. What's funny because it's actually that joint. Oh, okay, so the trackpad connector is corroded. That could be our issue. So what we're going to plug everything in. We're going to see what it does, and then we're going to unplug stuff one by one and see if it turns on. I don't need to plug in speakers. I do need screen. I do need touch bar and USB. Okay, and battery. That's right, it's a T2. I hate the stupid battery screw. What? Okay, Apple. What's wrong with a single plug? Why does you have to have a stupid screw and two cables in the battery? What's wrong with one plug for the battery? Just nonsense. There's literally no advantage over that. Those data cables will get frayed and corrode and then they won't post, and it's just weird. All right. Because they're Apple. That's a great answer. Five volts, 20 volts, trackpad click. So this is not no power. This is actually turning on, and now the fan just spun briefly. No caps lock. Okay, so this tried to turn on. It's pulling 93 milliamps. Again, maybe this is, I don't know. I want to see if the screen flashes at all or does anything. Nope, the fan spins for a brief second. Do I get VCore? Maybe this is image. This is kind of one of those boards that I think ultrasonic will fix. No VCore, no VCore. We have, yeah, I do get VCore. I get VCore and System Agent. So this is basically working, it's just not posting. Again, a no post. What is it with no post today? Now it's pulling a whole amp, which means it's probably charging. The coil for the battery is hot, so that would probably mean it's charging. Let me now unplug the keyboard and try and turn it on, because that's what was obviously corroded. Paul says, what is this? Some kind of nerdy show marathon? No, what this is hell. Because in hell, all you have is no posting touch bar machines. That's my personal hell. $46 milliamps, 56 milliamps, 1 amp, 1.23 amps. Heatsink is getting hot. No image, nothing. Okay, let's do a visual and then note damage. And the first thing I want to try in this is ultrasonic, because it's one of those boards that it's just like sticky everywhere, and that if any of that's under the CPU, it's not going to like it. And CPU RAM issues will cause no post, so will a bunch of other stuff. Paul, so here's the thing. We're approaching these no posts like we were on the other boards. You know how on the other boards we would think no post is something always related to CPU or PCH clock. Well, on these new boards, it could be related to any of the sub-rails not coming up to their intended voltage, or any partial or full short on any random sub-rail for like SSD or USB or something like that. All that stuff can cause no post. So it's kind of like the new PM Sleep S4L. Like, you'll get trackpad click, you'll get system agent voltage, you won't get vCore, and all that can be all caused by some weird power rail issue down the line. All right, let's inspect. Is someone outside? I almost think this might have been cleaned. Aha, look at this. What's this? See how some of those are shiny and then some of those aren't? And this controls CPU vCore voltage. That doesn't look good. So we're going to note that. That needs attention. There was some corrosion right here. We'll give that a little reflow. Overall, this board isn't that bad. And the PMIC got some too. That could definitely cause issues. And we had corrosion around our CPU MOSFETs, which isn't good. JTAG looks okay. Alright, so the most notable thing here I saw is going to be the CPU vCore controller right here. So yeah, that was definitely corroded prior. Okay. Let me see if I have more of those, because those I'm on short supply of because I've had so many of these are randomly dying. Yes, I do. Cool. Let me grab one. If this doesn't work, an ultrasonic is in order. And my phone is ringing. 1 second. off the CPU. There should be no we don't replace CPUs. There's usually no reason to replace CPUs. If you're not a repair shop or if you don't really know how to do that from the beginning, you shouldn't really be lifting a CPU off of a board. Sure, what's it doing? Okay. Yeah. That's correct. Sure. Have you done any work to it already, or or is it? It if you probably killed it doing that. If you one, a hairdryer isn't hot enough, so I don't really know what you did there. But generally with prior attempts, we could take a look at it. But if it is, we generally do no fix, no fee. But if it does have prior work, then there would be a $55 attempt fee plus return shipping. If it's been messed with prior. Okay, opening it is fine. Opening it is fine, but if you heated anything up, a hair dryer is definitely not going to be hot enough. Okay, but if you use like a heat gun, all right, no problem. Bye. Freaking kidding me. That had to have been a troll. That had to have been a troll. Wait, I think Caleb walked out and is trolling me. That was willing to bet that was Caleb. Haley says, "What did he say?" He was trying to replace his CPU. Was that you? Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
How would that ever be?
Cause you left.
I was in back.
Yeah, exactly, the bathroom,
Yeah.
to prank call me.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Why are you laughing then?
Coincidence, dude.
It's not a coincidence. You wouldn't be laughing if it was a coincidence. Wait, I gotta play that call recording. I gotta play that on stream. No, screw it. He said he was trying to lift his CPU off the board with a hairdryer. What happened, Jim? I'm curious about that. Did Trump do something? Caleb used a voice changer. I already know he did. It's too much of a chore, Adam. Come on, come off this board. I can't be fooled like that. I know it was Caleb because I messed with Caleb a lot with fake numbers before. So, melt. This tip sucks. Gotta change it. I want the big 12mm nozzle. I want this to work. That I agree with you, Joshua. I want this to go on fluidly. There we go. See, that's what I want. And I knocked off this. Alright, the next thing I want to take care of is this PMIC. I want to run some flux under it because you could tell it's probably has liquid under it. And this could definitely cause some issues. I don't really not really concerned about these PMICs dying. It's just corrosion underneath isn't good. Let it cool down, and then we'll test it. And then it goes to ultrasonic. Still scalding hot, but I'm going to start assembling it. Phone call. I screwed up. I melted the trackpad connector. I could try and clear that with an X-Acto knife, but I may have to replace it. Yeah, this is getting replaced. So is the one next to it, this one. No, that can stay. They're both the same, though. From Southern California, but now in Michigan. That's funny. This MacBook came from Michigan for repair. Yeah, this MacBook came from Michigan. Give me 1 second. I have a customer. Okay. That's right. So we're testing this. I got to replace that trackpad cable connector, so we're not going to worry about that right now. Come on, USB plug in. There we go. Where did I put this battery screw? Did I put it in this bag? We'll just use this random one here. Then if this doesn't work, ultrasonic. Because I do think ultrasonic will resolve this. $20 volts, 46 milliamps, 66 milliamps. Fan spin, brief fan spin. No image. No post. Very sad. Okay. Plan B, ultrasonic clean. Wait, now the fan is spinning. Did it just need time? No. Well, the CPU is definitely warm, but I still have no image. Do I have backlight? Not that I can tell. Alright, same plan, ultrasonic, and go from there. Then we'll dig into it more later. Oh, Caleb, by the way, you're being held hostage until that 16 inches. You can't leave. I'm not putting that back together. There ain't no way.
Ultrasonic?
Yeah, ultrasonic.
Okay.
And
I need to Pmic.
oh, yeah. Wait, no. This one's ultrasonic. The 16 inch. Is that another 16 inch?
Mm-hmm.
No. No, this is my next one. Where's the back cover? No, that's the one you can't leave until you fix, until you ultrasonic and reassemble. 2251 is fixed, booting. See, into recovery to check the keyboard. So just boot into recovery, Wi-Fi, you know how that works. Oh, it has it? Cool. Alright, I'll take this one. I feel like there's something. No, something is here. It feels bizarre when I set it down. 5526. Let's see what's wrong with this one. Liquid damaged. Alright, let's hunt liquid damage. Where could liquid damage might be? Wait, where could liquid damage might be? That's not a sentence. This board does not look liquid damage so far. Looks very clean, actually. Okay, here it is. Looks like this is it right here. It just got in at the edge. And my guess is this is going to have 5 volts on USB. Everywhere else looks fine. So let me see what this does. I'm going to just... You know what? I don't even need that. I just need a USB-C port. Oh, okay. Here it is. I see it. Look at this. Yeah, this USB port is going to be trashed too. Look at that. To the speaker. This was probably like thrown up on or something. No, just kidding. That's Coke or something. USB port is surprisingly fine. But my guess is it's going to have 5 volts on USB-C from that around there. Let me go back to my chat. And let's see if I was right. 5 volts. Ah, it came unplugged. Sad. Kiki, the exception is Chihuahuas. And I was right. This is stuck at 5 volts. So, we're going to cure this little MacBook with some Amtech NC559. So, what needs to be replaced is this MOSFET and the CD3215 needs... CD3215 is probably okay, just needs Just needs a reflow, but that MOSFET I gotta replace because the pins are burned on it. Actually, I'll probably just replace. If I have a pre-balled CD3215, I think I'm out. I have a whole bunch on donor boards though. I'll replace it. Let's see. Yes, I have a bunch. Cool. We need a bigger ultrasonic, huh? Should I get the big crest?
Oh, there's a bigger one, huh?
Yeah, it's longer.
Yeah, you should.
All right. I was gonna get an X-ray sensor, but
I deal with this every day now.
yeah. Whoa, look at that. That's so cool. You guys missed that, but all the stuff on here, the heat's boiling off. That's so cool. I'm probably gonna have to replace that Hall effect sensor. I don't trust it. Okay, this CD3215 definitely needed to go. Yeah, this stuff was all under that chip. This is Coke or something, some kind of soda or some sugary junk. This thing's probably got to go to. Oh, this is awful. Don't give your MacBook soda. But it was thirsty. Haley says, wait, we aren't supposed to feed our MacBook soda? No, keep on doing that. Just bookmark www.tcrscircuit.repair. By all means, continue. Oh, this stuff is just awful. I gotta replace this Hall effect sensor. I don't like replacing Hall effect sensors, but I think I have to. No, I'll reevaluate after ultrasonic. I think ultrasonic is going to get rid of most of this junk. What's amazing is like my fully zoomed out on my scope looks like this for me. My fully zoomed out looks like this. It's like that close. When you guys see this, I see it really close and very, very clear. These eyepieces are amazing. I heard you're not working. Working.
Loud.
Caleb is playing video games on customers' computers to stress test. What a scammer. I am using the Extreme Wide-Field 20x 12mm lenses. 30, well, they're 30mm. The actual size is 30mm. The field of view is 12mm. This doesn't look overly bad. It's just oxidized. What's so nice about this knife tip is I can do this. See that? Now they look normal again on that side. Oh, screw it. These. I'll just replace these. This is so oxidized. I'm just gonna replace all this stuff. It's just too nasty. It's like being held on by all the sugary junk. You scared me. I'm gonna change this Hall effect sensor. There's no way that this is gonna stay. What's gonna happen if I leave this is it's gonna randomly go to sleep and stuff like that. So no way. I have ultrasonic cleaner. Can I use Derman water? I have no idea what Derman water is. That does not sound like something you should use. What the hell is Derman water? I don't know what that is. So you can use just tap water with a electronic cleaning solution, but you have to rinse the board in pure distilled water or isopropanol afterwards. So Branson EC, and you don't have to use distilled water. It's preferred you use distilled water in the cleaner. But so yeah, distilled water, purified water, whatever is fine in a cleaner. Just make sure to wash the board after with just plain distilled water or isopropanol alcohol. Oh, demineralized water. Yeah, that's fine. As long as you use demineralized water is fine as long as you use a flux or aqueous cleaning solution with that. Like if you just put water in an ultrasonic, it's not going to do anything. Definitely do not put alcohol in an ultrasonic cleaner because alcohol is flammable, and ultrasonic cleaner heats and vibrates. What happens if you get a spark? It explodes. You don't want a bomb. You want an ultrasonic cleaner. Oh, Caleb, that 16-inch, near the CD3217s on one side, you'll see there's a wire running over to a capacitor on both of them. Dry it, like air compressor it off, and then once it's all dry around that area, put conformal coat UV, and then put it in the oven when you do the dry. I want this to form a nice solder ball. Do you know if UB's is replaceable on? So hang on, I'll look that up, Miles. U2800 is the PMIC, isn't it? If so, yes, it is replaceable. You might have to do a Bridge OS restore sometimes, but it should be replaceable. I've done it before. It worked. That was just for data, though. I think the machine had some other issues. Come on. Oh, come on. Why aren't you forming a nice little solder ball there? Perfect, there. Catherine is here. The big USB-C ICs, that is, yes, those are replaceable. Those are, that's for Thunderbolt, but yeah, those are replaceable. It's a pain to reball, but done it. There's so much of this junk baked on. I'm pretty sure the ultrasonic is going to get most of this, though. As of right now, since it's all been like charred and everything, it's broken down. It's not conductive anymore, but still, it's ugly. I don't want to leave it on there. Wow, it's 4 o'clock already. All right, let's start with... Ow, I just burned myself with the hot air. Hall effect sensor now. No. I have to use low airflow for this. It's connected. Final step is a brand new CD3215, and then this board is cured. Hopefully. Flux. Alright, Peter, I'll see you later. Oh, what? This isn't bald CD3215s. Did I get scammed on these? Captain tape over them. You're gonna replace your LVDS connectors tonight?
Yeah, I have to.
Good. I'll show you some tips. Okay, none of these CD3215s have balls on them, and I'm concerned now because I feel like these aren't going to work. So I am going to go check and see if I have another reel. If not, I'm going to pull one off of a donor and reball it, which I really love to do. Not. Whoa, almost dropped one. These are probably good, they just don't have balls on them. And I don't... CD3215. I have one left, no way. There's one CD3215 with balls on it here. And which way did this go? I'm pretty sure... goes this way. Aaron, get a microscope. That sounds like not a nightmare. I had the alignment so perfect on that chip. Like it did not even move. I had it square on the balls perfectly. Alright guys, take bets. Is it going to work? Is it going to work or is it not going to work? We'll see. Cool down. I'm waving it to blow air around it. there. It's cool enough. It's still burning hot, but it's cool enough. Let's see if I get 20 volts first. Gross, I got flux on me. Alright, let's see. 20 volts, 5 volts, what is it going to be? Plug it in. 5 volts, 5 volts. Sad. Still stuck on 5 volts. Let's try the other port. It's still stuck at 5 volts, but the amp draw is kind of high, which makes me kind of suspect there might be a short. Maybe on PP bus? Let's see. Let's check voltage. .3 volts. That amp draw is weird. That tells, let's do thermal. When in doubt, thermal. Oh, here we go. So, you guys can't, can you guys see this? You probably can't. All right. So we have something getting very hot on the other side of the board. It looks to be the CD3215 on the other side, and it's 108 degrees. Now, that's not in and of itself that bad, but here's the problem. The problem is that this CD3215 over here has no voltage going through it. It should not have any voltage going through it, so it shouldn't be getting hot unless it's screwed up internally and pulling a rail down. So how this got hot, I don't know, but it is definitely the corner of this chip getting hot, and the corner of the chip is actually 127 degrees. Let's do a visual over there, and let's throw a new one on and see if we get 20 volts. So the thermal saves the day again. I believe it was this one right here. Yeah, it was this one. It's totally fine. Looks totally fine, but let's confirm. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna use a little alcohol, I think, because alcohol I could visualize to you guys better. Nothing really. Yeah, it's just barely getting hot. Let me probe around. Let me check for a short. Let me confirm there's a short around here. Sometimes you can get be trolled. This one right here. My meter's kind of screwy right now. I don't know why. So that's 3v3 RTC G3 hot. That should not be shorted. That's why we have a problem. It's 118 ohms to ground. That's too low. So that's okay. So the reason I just checked voltage on that a minute ago, but here's the thing. So the line is being produced, but it's not supplying enough amperage for everything to work. So we have voltage there, but it's not supplying that amperage for this to work. This is kind of like picture like, let's say you need to pressure wash a wall, right? You have some water coming out, but it's not at its full pressure. It's kind of like that. There's not enough amperage. So we're gonna go ahead and replace it. No, the circuit is not live. There might be some charge left in the capacitors, but the circuit is not live. And I'm gonna have to do what I did not want to do, is replace a CD3215 or reball a CD3215. It's funny how the issue is actually on the other side of the board. Or at least one of the issues. Alright, now I'm going to check for a short again. Okay, I'm reading resistance in my leads. Because, oh, that's why my battery's low. Alright, no, there we go. My lead wasn't pushed in all the way, I don't think. Alright, my short is gone. It's at 400 ohms and climbing. So that's, yeah. Now it's open line. That's just from charge being left in the circuit. So our short is gone. We need a new CD3215. Let me pull and reball one. I'm going to kind of clean up my desk a little bit because it's bad and I don't like to work when it's like that. It's like all sticky from flux and everything, so I got to clean this. Jim asks, does PP Bus have a prostate problem? Possibly. I don't know. I wasn't aware MacBooks had prostates. I could be wrong. What's that one? Oh, that's the 16, right? Test passed? Did you do stress or just
No.
video? You just check keyboard and stuff and should be fine. Just run the internal diagnostic and we should be good to go. Alright, hopefully our audio is back. My batteries went dead. Are we back? We're back. Okay, let's go ahead and grab a CD3215 and take one off of this donor board because I know these guys are good on here. I might as well just take the same one. I'm going to try not to disturb the balls so much, that way it'll make my reballing process a lot easier. The only reason why I like to leave part of those solder balls on there is so it kind of locks into place. Once it locks into place, then it makes it a lot easier. Like, watch this. See that? Easy. All we have to do, and let me show you another technique. Sometimes it helps to put a little piece of glass over the stencil too. So that's what I'll do. Let's see. I need to push the little solder paste out. That was a little bit too much, but oh well. Now what I do, I'll use it like, I'll go like, oh, we could just do 430-30 or 430-60 is fine. There's a piece of glass over the stencil. We're going to heat with pressure on it. I'm actually pushing fairly hard. Can release it a little bit, heat it a little bit more, and done. Let's let the solder harden. It's done now. Go ahead and pop the chip out. This should be beautifully reballed. No issues. Yep, look at that. Now we'll get the board. And after I'm done with this, I have to return a call. And I will have to go do other stuff. And we're ending the stream today after this one board. Was this the old one or the one I just reballed? No, this is the one I just reballed. This is nonsense. Go into place. No way you actually did. Alright, this should be good. Let's plug it in. Let's see what we get now. Please be 20 volts. Please be 20 volts. Because I have a headache and this board is giving me a headache. 20 volts! Oh, you can't see it. You didn't see it? No. 20 volts. Now remember, without a battery, these won't work. So let's throw this in the enclosure, and we'll see if this boots. I have a headache. I gotta clean all this junk up. I cannot leave this in here. Oh, I can't clean. This is citrus, and yeah, I cannot use a citrus-based cleaner in there. I think it's the scope, the eye strain through the scope that gives me headaches. Better. It's not perfect, but it's better. I do need to drink some water. Alright, now it's back to 5 volts. No, it's going up. 20 volts. Fan spin. Fan spin. Oh, this is bad. The screen is broken. So, the screen is broken, but it's fixed. Oh well. But it works. It turns on and it boots, but the screen is broken. That's sad. Well, they're gonna need a new screen now. This is why you don't send your laptop in the postal service, just so you know. Anyway, I'm off. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching, and that's about it. Oh, by the way, Caleb's fired.